folks, Crazy Cajun here. I know it's been a while, but such as life has it. So today, we're not actually cooking something, but we're prepping something. If you like breakfast sausage, follow along. We're gonna make some homemade chicken breakfast sausage. We're gonna get it all prepped up and ready for our freezer. That way we have it when we wanna cook it. Follow along. So, I will start out with, I have a pound of lean ground chicken breasts, okay? And I have some spices here, avocado oil, paprika, sea salt, crushed red pepper, black pepper, of course my slap your mama, some sage, ground sage, anise seed, some light brown sugar, and then I use some Pam spray. And this is what I use the Pam spray for. Follow along and we'll get this going. So first thing, I take out my parchment paper and I like to spray it with the Pam spray because I don't want it to stick. Next, we're gonna go ahead and get these spices in the bowl and mix up. I don't have an exact measurement memorized on my spices, so I have to follow along here, but just bear with me and I'll get that uploaded for you in my directions. So the first thing we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of black pepper. I will have 2 teaspoons. Wow, I got a half a teaspoon here, so 2 teaspoons, that's 4 halves. So let's get that measured out. And you know, I don't usually measure a whole lot, but for this recipe, you definitely want to measure because I tried not measuring and I got super spicy and super sweet. So next thing we want to put, oh, this phone keeps locking up on me, hold up. Next thing we want to put is a teaspoon of paprika. Let's get this paprika in here. And again, we're just mixing it up today. We just get it mixed up. I hope everybody's been doing well. Today's a lot nicer weather. Let's see, a half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper. Now you can make it with more if you want it more fiery. But we're gonna follow along. I usually do a little heaping. And we'll get that mixed up. What else do we have? 1/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt. Now, I made the mistake and bought this grinder, so it's kind of hard to do measurements, but we'll just make it work for us. And we'll just kind of see what happens. And wash my counter, so there, that's about 1/4 of a teaspoon. Now, a half a teaspoon of slap your mama. Anywho, anybody ready for the upcoming football season next month? I know I am. It's hard to find something to watch on a Saturday afternoon when football's not going on and you're not doing anything. All right, let's do 1/4 of a teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon of anise seed. You don't want to go more than 1/4 though. Let's see if I can get this. All right. And so we'll get that put in here. And we're almost done getting our ingredients together. So we're about halfway through with this. 1 tablespoon of light brown sugar. Made the mistake and did 2 and it was like, oh my gosh, way too sweet. So 1 tablespoon. I have a half a tablespoon, so I'll have to use 2 of these. Little math in the process here. Let's see. Oh, okay. Put that out the way. And do the sage? No, I need a half a teaspoon of sage. Half a teaspoon of sage. And you might be thinking, oh, I don't know about these spices together. But trust me, they work. This is, oh my gosh, so good. That might be a little more than I want. Let me take some out. Okay. So, as you can see, that's all our spices in here ready to go. I cannot take full credit for this recipe. I wanted to start out making a recipe like this, and I didn't have a beginning point. So I used another recipe as a starting point and then tweaked it to my own. I put less of one thing, more of another. I've added other spices that were not. So this is essentially a crazy Cajun breakfast sausage. Okay, so here we're gonna just get these mixed up. I wanna make sure they mix up good. I usually whisk it, but my whisk is coming in the sink right now. It's off the work. Now, let me get my food grade gloves on because I got my nails done recently and I don't want to mess them up. So, we'll use these gloves. If I can even figure out how to open it. Ah, there we go. Woo, feeling out fun and fancy here. All right, trust me, we're almost there. We're almost there. And I apologize that it's been so long since I made a video. I recently had a couple of people over the last week, different people, different days, ask me, when are you gonna do another video? We miss your videos. You know, this is a nice, quick, simple video I decided to do. And I do have more to come. I really got more to come. But we got our lean ground beef. I mean, not ground beef, duh. Lean ground chicken. Fully ground chicken. So we'll put this out the way. We're simply gonna just kind of get it all blended together. And you might want to wear the gloves just to wear them for doing this, whether you got your nails done or not. But I want to go ahead. I don't want to overwork my chicken, but I do want to make sure the spices are evenly blended because you don't want too sweet or too hot or something too strong. You want it evenly blended. So just kind of mix. If you can look in here and see, it's not evenly blended. See, this has less and this has more. So you want to kind of keep mixing and blending till you feel like it looks pretty even. Yeah, there you go. Zoom on in. You see how it's getting good and blended? That looks pretty good. So what we're simply gonna do now, we're gonna take a little bit. I usually get about 12, like a dozen in with this 1 pound. And we're just gonna make a little, like a meatball like that. We're gonna put it here, and you'll see why I sprayed it with the Pam, because see, it gets all sticky. And when we get all the meatballs formed, then we're gonna press it out into our sausage patties. And I hope I'm not talking too fast for you. I feel like I'm zinging. It's probably the coffee. Oh, and try and get them even. As you can see, the meatballs, I try and keep them pretty even because that way I'll have even patties. Oh, I wish I could cook this up for you guys, but I got some. So what I did, because I had froze my ground chicken a week ago and took it out a few days ago, I made a whole bunch and I had pre-cooked them partially and have them in my fridge, and I'm just taking them out daily as I need because I don't like to freeze meat, take it out, freeze it again. So, but this, I just picked up this ground chicken so we can do this little video for you guys. And I'm gonna go ahead and get these pressed out and freeze them. So there's no need to pre-cook them when you do that. The only time I'd suggest pre-cooking a little bit, like I did a few days ago, is because they're sticky and hard to work with. And we wanna make it manageable. Ah, look at that, they're getting pretty even. So we're about halfway there. And we'll get this finished up and I'll show you how we press it out and how we get it separated in our little zippy bag with our parchment paper. And then we'll get these suckers frozen. Yeah, I said suckers. They're not suckers. They're breakfast sausage. Ha ha, I know, corny. But anywho, I'm thinking I'm going to do some kind of seafood recipe for my next video. I just haven't decided what yet. And that should be soon, maybe in a couple weeks. Maybe next week, who knows? Just depends. You said, such is life. And you all know that stuff happens. Now this last one, apparently I must have made some a little bigger, so I'm not going to really get 12. I'm only going to get 11. So, and that one's pretty big. So really, no, second thought, I am going to get 12. I'm going to pull a little from here. And then I'm going to pull a little from here. So that's what you can do too. If some of your meatballs seem a little too big, you can just pull a little bit from different ones to try and get them even. Or you can use a scooper, which I don't use a scooper. As you can see, I'll just kind of measure it out. And then this one will be a little smaller, but it's okay. 3, 6, 9, 12. So we have our 12. Let me just take these off. Okay. So I'm gonna take another sheet of parchment and I'm gonna spray it good. And we are just gonna, as you can see right through the paper. Try and get them. That's pretty big size sausage. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking kind of like that, unless you want it thicker. I don't like mine thick. You might want to leave them thick and not as wide. I like mine thin, but that's just a personal preference. You could not mash it as big, but look how simple that goes. I mean, you could do it, technically you could do it like that and be good, but it's all in personal preference. I'm telling y'all, this sausage, when I started making it, my family likes it. And my husband doesn't even like breakfast sausage. But when I started cooking these, he likes these. These are good. I'm telling you, they're good. You want to try and make these. All right, let's see. So, now that that's done, this is the challenging part. Although I sprayed it, that scissors, let me see if I can scissors. Although I sprayed it, it made, the challenge part sometimes is peeling it off because they so fresh. What I want to do, besides struggle with this paper, I want to go ahead and I'm simply making little pieces to go in between. And this is what we're going to go ahead and do. And I'm not going to keep you long and show you everyone, but we'll do one or two and then we'll send you on your way. Let's go ahead and we'll get them packed up in this little freezer Ziploc bag and go from there. So, yeah, I should have kept the gloves on. Dang it. And don't forget, I'm messy, remember? And I did not spray these, but they're getting frozen, so it won't matter. And so we'll just kind of stack these like that. And we'll just keep on going. And then once we get them all stacked, we'll get them in the bag and in the freezer. And as always, folks, more to come. See you soon.